Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another episode of Exile TV. In this episode, we're going to look into the Juniper SRX series of appliances, and we're going to answer one of the common questions I get a lot, which is how do I monitor the firewall policies on an SRX? It's not like Checkpoint; you don't have a tracker, and it's not like Cisco where all you have is a access list counter. You do have a way to track it. Most people don't realize how to do that, so I'm going to show you. One of the main ways to turn on logging for the SRX device, it's a syslog heavy device, and that means that everything gets logged to syslog. So what you want to do is have a central syslogging server, and there's certain keywords you can search for. What I've done here is I've also, aside from logging to syslog, I also log to local files. So I want to show you the configuration. So you configure syslog underneath the system section of the config. So we're going to go there and take a look. Okay, you'll notice I've got some stuff here at the top about size of files. So I'm going to rotate my files. Once they get 3 megabytes, I'm only going to keep 3 files. And then they age out. You'll notice I'm also logging everything to a syslog server, which is the 10.0.0.8 syslog server. And then typically, if it's a SRX device hot off the presses, you'll just have the file messages section. If you look below, I've added a couple things. I've added a file accepted traffic. There's a typo there, but it should be accepted traffic. And you'll see that I am only logging. This basically creates a file underneath var log, and what it does is it only puts syslog messages in that file that match the keyword, which the keyword for this one is rtflow session create. That means that every session that's successfully accepted by the firewall, if it's permitted by a firewall policy, will fall into that file. The other file I created is called block traffic, and what that does is that matches anything that matches the keyword rtflow session deny. I also have some other files there. You'll notice IDP will find anything that matches rt_IDP, which is all the IDP messages are flagged with that. If you also have UTM turned on, such as antivirus or anti-spam, you can also flag that to a separate file with the keyword rt_UTM. And I do this because I find it easier than searching a central syslog server that might have thousands of files. If you were going to search a central syslog server, you would have to match not only rtflow session deny or rtflow session create, but you would also have to find all the messages that include that keyword that are from the specific firewall you're looking for. So if you have more than one firewall, that can be an issue. So I always create these 3 files, which they keep about 4 days worth of content in a file before it gets aged out. It really depends on how busy your site is. This site's pretty busy. This is a live box we're on right now. So I'm going to show you how you would look at firewall policy. So if you were suspecting that you had an issue, you could do show log. Let's see block traffic, because we suspect that this is blocked, and you can say show me the last 100 lines, or let's say the last 50 lines. Takes a second. I have my file set at 3 megs. You may want to set them smaller, like 1 meg per file, so there's less to parse through. And you'll see that the last 50 lines, session denied from source address, shows the direction of the traffic to me, my address. The protocol was Junos-SMB, which is the application. So it was file sharing. So someone was trying to access file sharing from my public IP from the outside. So that's how that works. Now you can also do show log accepted traffic. And you'll see there's a couple of them, so you can search the gzip files if you want. Like I said, I only keep 3. Let's do the last 50 as well on this one. And this shows every piece of traffic that matches a log. If you have any kind of PCI compliance, you'll see that most of these logs are from the inside out. And I have different files are from the outside in. It also shows the path all the way through, so you have if there is any poor translation or natting involved, you'll see it there. And it's pretty descriptive. It's pretty descriptive. I like the way the Juniper SRX device logs a lot. I like it a lot. It's very concise. It's very clear to understand. It's very easy to read. So that's how you would set up. Now to set up your logging, let's go edit so we can show you. You would do set system syslog file, whatever the name of the file is, test any. Once you're done with that, you would go back and you would say match, and you'd put, you know, RT underscore flow underscore session create if you want to find accepted traffic or block traffic, whatever you want to do. I usually do all the traffic that's blocked plus all the traffic that's accepted. Now if you do show security policies from zone trust to zone untrust policy, let's look at a specific policy like web, like let's see, let's say DNS. This is allowing DNS traffic from the inside out. And you'll see that that's what the policy looks like. Notice that I have log session init. That's what actually logs it. Now, you could have, you could tell it to log. For instance, if I do set security policies from zone trust to zone untrust policy DNS, then log. You notice there's a couple here. There's also session close. Now, if you do session close, it's a little bit more intensive, but you get more information. You get the amount of bytes transferred and how long the session was open. So depending on your logging requirements for your company, your policy, if it's PCI compliance or SOX, you may want to do that. I have chosen not to since this is a branch office box. That might be something you're interested in. It might be something that would be important to you. It's certainly more information than Checkpoint shows in his tracker logs. So that's something to consider. And I think that that is about it for the logging. Show log IDP, see what I've got there. Nothing recent was in IDP. Let's check about UTM. There's some stuff in UTM about scan engine errors and things that weren't scanned. If you have UTM turned on, some files are too big. So you'll see there's some malware stuff that was scanned. Error skipped. You could go through this and find, you might want to create a file just for stuff that was skipped. Find out why. It's a nice little resource before you go into flow options, trace flow options, you know, to help you troubleshoot stuff. But that's pretty much it. That's all the time we have for this video. We'll have to do another video, and we'll discuss in that other video some other things about the SRX, but I definitely think you should enjoy the SRX. It's a really neat device. Until next time, thanks for watching Exile TV.